Alright, what up, mother truckers? BP Hero back at you here. And yes, I did say that in last night's video there was going to be an announcement today. It's not quite time for that yet. But what we are here for is the 2024 Louisville Slugger Geny 14-inch barrel. Something new, something awesome. So I did want to make a quick message that this is not the announcement. This is something that Louisville wanted done today. And they take care of us, so we're going to take care of them. The announcement will be coming at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time tonight. Be sure and stay tuned for that. You're not going to want to miss it. But with no further ado, let's get into the video. What's up, kids and coaches? BP Hero checking back in. Got the Louisville Slugger Geny. This is the first, and I'm pretty excited to be swinging this thing. It's a 14-inch barrel. This is new for Louisville. Never before seen. Big shout out to Frank Henry for getting us this early so we could check it out for you guys. Hitting a mix of 52s and 44s for this thing. It's brand new in the wrapper. I'm getting ready to peel it off. Here's the compression while it's in the wrapper. We'll peel the wrapper off this thing and get started here. 27 ounce, half ounce end load. Still a 2-piece. Let's see what it's got. If I'm gonna struggle, I might as well do it on camera. Thought these were perforated. It is, it's right there. Oh God, are you serious? Please don't do this to me. What, are you serious? Oh God. Ah! This can't be real. Sorry, tree huggers. Oh, yes. All right, you mother truckers. It's time for the 2024 Louisville Slugger Geny 14-inch barrel. Really excited to be swinging this thing. Huge thanks to Louisville Slugger for sending this out to us so we can get a review on it for you guys. Back at Atkins Park here on the old baseball field, and I'll put the distances up where we're at on the field here, just so you can kind of get an idea of what's going on with the distance to the fence and everything. It's about a 60-degree day, and the wind is blowing basically straight across from first base to third base. It actually sounds really bad, but it's because I forgot the windsock from my microphone, so it's really not that bad, maybe like 5 miles an hour, but it sounds like it's 50 just because the wind is blowing directly into the side of the phone. Very sorry about that, but we got to do what we got to do. Balls we're hitting in this video are a mix of basically everything. We did 52s and BP rockets for the first round, and then moved into Pro M's, 44s, and some BP rockets for the second round as well. This is brand new in the wrapper as we got started here, as you saw from my absolute struggle getting the wrapper off of this thing. It is a 27 ounce with a half ounce of end load, and everything about this felt true to weight. Ground roll double on the 340 with the 52. I was kind of wondering if the 14-inch barrel would kind of throw off the weighting, but they optimized it extremely well, and it felt great. This is still a 2-piece. It features a composite handle, and it's rigid like most of the Louisville stuff, and you have to mess up bad to get it to flex or feel bad or anything like that. And this is a 14-inch barrel, as I've mentioned a few times already. Very excited to be swinging this thing because it's something different. We like different stuff on this channel, just to kind of break up the monotony of having to swing the same thing over and over again. Not that we ever mind, but something new is always something cool. The feel this thing gave us was honestly not what I was expecting. Some companies try new stuff and it's usually stiff as a board or it doesn't feel all that great to start off, but this bat did not do that. The barrel still had that typical LS ping type sound to it, but it was actually quite a bit softer than the 12 and 13-inch stuff. You got the feedback, but it was all good feedback. Never anything that felt bad or like anything like you might have missed. The sweet spot was basically the biggest wow factor for us of the 14-inch barrel. I'm not sure we missed any balls at all in any of these rounds. This barrel was a phenomenal addition to the Louisville line. As if they weren't already forgiving enough before, Louisville went ahead and doubled down on it with this 14-inch barrel. So just taking a quick look at the compression tester and getting a close-up look at this thing like we usually do. As you saw in the intro, it was basically sitting at 320 when it was new in the wrapper, and I was curious to see what this thing would do compression-wise, especially since right out of the wrapper, it seemed that the 14-inch shell was arguably performing better than the 13-inch stuff, but it did have the typical Louisville start high, still perform well while doing so, and come down to about 275 after the swings we put on it. Very typical of the Louisville brand, and we have come to expect something similar out of every model that we try from them. They've got the science behind this absolutely dialed in. So I took a quick look up and down the barrel of this thing. It is approved for USSSA, NSA, and ISA play. Features that big 14-inch barrel that we talked about with the composite handle. Looks absolutely great. I'm a sucker for purple. Purple's my favorite color, if you don't already know. And they knocked it out of the park with this thing. The white and the purple, the graphics look really good. And here is a picture of this compared to a 12 and 13-inch barrel, just to kind of give you an idea that this is actually a little bit bigger. It actually kind of looks funny in person, but you learn to get over it real quick once you start swinging it, that's for sure. I was a bit apprehensive about swinging this, and I even mentioned to Brian off camera before we started this review that sometimes companies will roll out with something new and make it okay enough and then build on it from there. Well, Louisville don't roll like that. We both went into this with the same thought process, and by the time we finished our rounds, we were giggling to each other about how good it was, and the biggest takeaway was the performance we were getting with almost every swing because of the huge sweet spot. It was absolutely humongous. And that was saying something, because when you talk about Louisville, their big sweet spots is already a category that I feel like they do really well in. This was a nice little surprise. I am hopeful that there will be something coming for the balance crew as well, and maybe even something with a full ounce of end load. Not sure, but we'll see what they got in store for us. Because as forgiving and easy as this thing was to hit, making this in a balanced offering would be almost a chef's kiss. And Brian was kind of giving me some crap about that, but I truly mean that. But let's not look too far down the rabbit hole of that and get back to what this thing is. And if you dig end loads and you like big barrels, this is definitely going to give you the ability to drive a ball and still have some control. We did see some pretty good distance out of this thing as well, and I will attribute some of that to the cooler weather, but even with that considered, I feel like it's safe to say that this thing is going to have no issues dialing up 300 feet when someone needs it. Huge thanks to Frank and Matt over at Louisville for getting this so we could try it out for you guys. They did a great job on this thing, and what I mentioned to Frank, what Brian and I expected versus what we got, he was quick to point out that they put a lot of time and development into making sure that this thing was going to be done right the first time. Props to those guys on that for sure. If this is something that interests you guys, Headbanger will have these in stock. Be sure and use the link and the discount code down below if you want to get yourself one, as well as any other baseball or fast pitch products on there. They got it all. Be sure and use code BP Hero on some of that stuff. And you can also reach out to me as well if you just want to deal with me personally. Don't mind doing that either. So however you want to get yourself one of these, if you're a big barrel end load fan, you got to have one. But I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Be sure and stay tuned and catch me at 9 o'clock tonight for the big announcement. Really looking forward to that. I think it's going to bring something great for 2024. So swing hard in case you hit it, and I'll catch you guys then.
Well, testing out this part of the barrel there.